Hello and welcome back to Scratch Your Farm Models. So today's on Model Farm Week 23 Season 1. So lots going on, let's get into it. So to start off with a bit of bad news, the JCB 8016, the JCB mini digger we had, the smallest one with the organ breaker, that got stolen last night. So at the moment we're without a mini digger. We were possibly thinking of selling it to Mick anyway, but unfortunately it's now been stolen. So there'll be more on that in a bit. So in here we got the topper and then the few buckets that are left in the 8016. It was down at the contractor's yard when it's got nicked. And we got the quad, still not working. We need to get around to that. We've got PTO, we've got some bars of a trailer, small Ford. We've got the dumper and the small Massey. Then we've got the John Deere telehandler with the bale spike and all the hay bales and the silage pit with the cover on. And then there's been a bit of a landslide of tyres where it's so steep, so we have to stack all them up a bit better. And then here we got Richard, he's just pulled out this trailer. So this trailer was known as the skid steers trailer. So in the workshop, he's just here getting out all the old boards. So it was the old rotten wooden one, the brown one, and now he's done it up and it's turned into this. And it's also now got new metal ramps that are stored underneath. Then the Claas Crop Tiger is ready to go. We'll be harvesting probably from next week onwards. And the bale wrapper's sat there. We've had a hydraulic cylinder go, which is why that's partly down because we're doing a bit of contracting with it earlier in the week. Then we got the bale squeezer, the Ford 5000 with the foot spreader on the back. Then we got the workshop and everything in there. And that chainsaw isn't starting at the moment. And the spark, the bit on the end of it is broken off and corroded, so that's probably why. And then over here we've got Aaron in the Kubota with the front loader, and then he's just going out doing some conventional baling. And we've got all the attachments down here. And then we've got the grain trailer, the Joshkin trailer, the silage trailer. And then we've got Jack's Land Rover, Connor's Land Rover, Gator, all the silage kit in there. We've got the rower, then we've got the mighty Massey 7480, got the seeder, then we've got the log splitter and everything in there, the Primex tanker and the Connor muck spreader. Then over here, as you've noticed, all the bales are out, so we sold the last of our straw, and then Connor's just in the Case Maxim taking the load of them, and then they're going to get sold because the new straw will be coming in soon. It won't be getting stacked in here because this is lambing barn, so the straw will probably get stacked in one of these, but we've got to figure that out yet. And then we've got the roller and all the wood there ready to get cut up. The coon baler in here, and this field's coming on well. And then we've got Jack just going down to do a bit of hedge cutting and trimming up the gateways. And then we got the gate there in this field. He's just opened the gate, now he's getting back in. Then we've got this field coming on well, and this gate's been left open where we've been in and out, putting a bit of fur on it. Down here at the big grass field, this is coming on well here. And then over at the contracting yard, there's obviously, this is where the JCB Mini got nicked from. So basically it was parked up right by the fence corner here, ready to go back to the main yard. Literally right in front of the NC, and they came through, cut the gate and took it. And then they must have come over here because the auger was still over there. I'm surprised it didn't take some more out of this, but the roller shutter was down at the time. And the hitch lock was on this trailer. No, there's a bit of chain around that one anyway. So it's a bit of a pain. The police are doing an investigation into it at the moment. But to be fair, it's an older, well, it's not old, but it doesn't have a track or anything like that. So the chances of us getting that back are pretty much none. And it didn't have insurance on it either because it was just mainly machine for doing odd jobs around the yard, so it's a bit of a bummer, but it is how it is. And then over here got the NC dump trailer, and then Noah's Land Rover and Matt's pickup. And then in here we got the JCB 8060 with all the attachments. That's going out on a job this coming week to do a good bit of re-hedging, so it's basically clearing the hedge line back and putting the new fence up next to it. We've got the cat roller and the Timberwolf chipper. We've got the cement mixer back there. We've got the main of the Yanmars attachments there, and Matt and Noah are just talking about the new machine. So getting on to the new machine, it's JCB 6 ton dumper, it's a JCB 6T-2. now it's got quite a bit wear on it, but it's still fairly new, so we got quite a good deal on it because it is quite new, and it's also had a lot of work in its lifetime. It did a lot with working on the side of the motorway where it's quite nimble. Then it's going off with our Yanmar SV100 8-ton digger, and it's only got the big bucket and the grading bucket because all it's doing is widening the track, because it hasn't even had time to come off the low loader. It's going straight on a job, so all they're doing is widening the track up a bit to get a bigger combine down it, and the rest of the attachments are down there. Then we got the John Deere 6820 there, and over here we've got Ian. He's loading up all the pigs ready for market, they're now fat enough. And then over there we've got one that's been a bit of a pain, but apart from that they're all going up in the trailer well, and his Land Rover's there. And now here obviously this gate's open, so we've got a theory, because a lock's also been cut on that, so we think they might have tried to come round into the yard this way, but where the ditch is and everything, they wouldn't have got the trailer through, because this one here had a lockbox and that one was just a chain and padlock, so it would have been easier to come through there. But anyway, so that's another thing we're going to have to replace on there. And this field's coming on well, it'll be ready for harvest in a few weeks. And here by the house it's coming on well, the chicken's getting on good. And then we've got the ride-on in there that's going well, and this field's coming on well. We've got the firewood stacked up there. Up at Mick's yard, Mick isn't actually here today, he's over with Modern Farmer 6710. He's visiting his old farm. So there's a bit of confusion of what he's doing, so basically he's in between the two. He's doing a bit of work over there, and then he's also got this yard. So today he's over there visiting, but we can still have a look around his kit. So the new Holland he part exchanged that for this Case International 745S that's been really nicely restored. And then he's also got the second-hand firewood processor. Then at the moment he's got a Cat 24B skid steer with a grapple on it, because he needs something to load the logs with. He will be getting his own machine somewhere, but for now he's just borrowing ours. Then he's got the linkage off his Case, and then we got the pallet forks in the bucket off the skid steer, and we've got all the logs, the few he's got there stacked up. The grass over here, we've reseeded it for him and it's come up well. Then he's got these bins here to start doing firewood in, and his shed there. So that's pretty much it, thanks for watching. I don't think there's really going to be much hope with that JCB Mini, because it's such an old machine and they're very common, but hopefully we'll find it, but if not we don't. So thanks for watching. Any questions you have, leave in the comments. So with the comments actually, they're not working properly. So basically YouTube does this thing where it turns off certain comments for different reasons, and my one's been randomly selected to turn them off, so even when I turn them back on they stay off. So I need to send, well I have sent YouTube an email to sort this out, but for the moment if the comments are off, come back in a bit and check. They might be back on, but they might not be, but I'll let you know when it gets sorted.